said I was legit ever since I blew. They all on my hey, back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent my 10 on my fit. Ex-slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip. Got a whole party all on the ship. All these four things pull out the VIP. Suck turn up, baby, pour out the milk. So you know how I drip.
Coach, some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, they will not stop me, tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me, celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, oh, deal with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, honey, yard, dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. They on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Heat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dogs, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, it's glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me, celebrate, I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands, no man, oh, deal with the hands, thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans, I do what I want, they do what they can, got it on smash, foot on the gas, I will not crash, honey, yard, dash, honey, yard, dash, honey, yard, dash, honey, yard, dash, honey, yard, dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve for the D like a turkey. I run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach regret even letting them stay in the game. Team around took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just trying not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic.
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Washington Redskins and the Baltimore Ravens. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Ready! 53 is mine! Check! 53 is mine! Defense wins championship, baby!
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He digs them partway out of the hole that they're in. It's an 8-yard gain, and it makes it 3rd and 12.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Now a deep ball going to be caught here near midfield. A very solid gain of 27. From midfield now, Haskins. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. 10 yards there. Good for a Redskin first down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
A good pickup there, 21 yards. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Terry McLaurin, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that makes the score 7-0. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll run for the first time with Mark Ingram. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line.
Wilson on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6. At the 30-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Switch up.
Now it's Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Jackson now. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Landon Collins. Then he'll take this all the way down inside the 40.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now Haskins to throw it. That'll be complete to Breida. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit. But get him out in the open field into some space. That's place to hit.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims Jr., his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now 14-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Let's go. Six the outlaw. 50 the money. What we got? What we got?
After the penalty, it's Ingram. Without the previous penalty, that would have been a first down. Instead, it's just a gain of 10. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So more problems here in this first quarter. Already 2 scores down, and here they give away the football.
And if I'm the head coach, I think it's time to start lighting a fire under some of these guys. Now, you have to do it within your personality. They can't perceive it as fake. But I'd go get after some guys because they don't look ready to play to me. They look flat, uninspired. It's time to get moving.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On second down, a run with Breida. They'll get only a couple down to the 44. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Haskins will throw. Escaping the pressure right. Looking long for his tight end read. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He goes underneath to Ingram. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. A 39-yard punt, a return of 5. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But it's the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete.
Brandon, looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Haskins on third down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Matt Judon make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things that's gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line set to get going. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually...
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back at the 2. Matt Ioannidis able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. On 3rd down, it's Grant, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
At the Ravens' 41-yard line.
Let's go. Touch the outlaw. 53. Exit.
They go play action here on first down. Steps away to his left. And that's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a give coming right is Breida. He's got a first down and more inside the 30. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They run with Breida. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are, figure out the things that they really want to accomplish, and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. That's going to be caught by Richardson. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they were able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down. No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right. And
rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser picks up his second sack of the afternoon. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defense...
And this is taken in for a Redskins touchdown. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the rout is on here in this first half. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. Matthew Ioannidis in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Throwing is Jackson. Deep ball for Goodwin. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
It's now 3rd down and 14.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
Now, the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Another drive comes and goes, still nothing on the scoreboard.
Yeah, and when the second half comes, you know, it's real easy to get discouraged and wonder if you're ever going to get things started. But you just got to fight through it. Got to keep pounding away.
Broken tackle. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion.
First down, Washington.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Haskins on first down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Steven Sims with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys continue to pour it on. Hopkins with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Mack Wilson in there with pressure yet again. That is the 7th time that they have dropped him here this afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. Oh, he's got some breathing room. That scramble good for 13 yards, but not good enough for a first down. It's 4th.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
Here we go on 4th down with Jackson. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down.
The beauty of route running is it doesn't matter what position, everyone's doing the same thing. In this case, tight end, selling the vertical route. Get the defensive back on his heels, break off for the corner. With good timing, you get a completion, as we just saw there.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Jackson from the shotgun. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit 3rd quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And last time out, another touchdown, and I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the fourth quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this one's just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me, trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly clear by the time we have to leave the booth.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. This is Breida. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Redskins.
On first down, it's Haskins. He'll get this into the hands of Breida. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He got 29 yards that time. Haskins now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. Oh, bowls right over him. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 25 yards that time. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27.
58 for Mike, 58.
Now it's Jackson. Being chased out left. He's going to take off with it. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. It's 1st and 10 from the 12. Jackson flush to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Matt Ioannidis. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15.
Come on, QB, come on.
Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to go down again. Dietrich Wise. He's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson going for it all. And he will find Hurst in the end zone. Touchdown, Ravens. Hayden Hurst, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but the turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Eric Armstead, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Here's Breida. Brings it just past the 15. Able to avoid the initial contact, but not much more there on the play. Give him 5 yards on the run there, but it'll leave him with a definite 3rd and long on the horizon. Now Haskins, 3rd and long. Matt Judon in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And this one goes sailing out of bounds. Where did it cross? Well, they're going to say on this side of midfield.
At the Redskins' 46-yard line.
They'll run on 1st down. Grant. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running.
And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now Jackson, Goodwin able to haul it in. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. From the gun, Jackson. And this is caught on the sideline. But no, they'll say out of bounds. He caught it but was not in bounds. Incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it, and they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging what's really already been decided. It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and that'll make it 2nd and 12. Haskins going to try to throw it. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he's going to get this up to the 24-yard line. The Redskins now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Haskins to throw. And he finds the tight end, Reed. Give him 30 yards there. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded at the 2. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. They are on to the 4th quarter in Jacksonville. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Another victory perhaps in the cards. They're looking as good as anybody as the playoffs draw near. And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front put it.
And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Fourth down, here's Jackson. Buying time to his left. Going left side, it's complete. Well, no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. One last shot for Jackson. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So hail to the Redskins as they get the victory here. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control out there.
Yeah, they deserve a ton of credit because you and I both know, heck, they knew. But this is a tough place to play. Overcame that with ease, romped home with an easy win. And here's the best part for them. It'd be easy to get to the airport because the crowd left pretty early in this one, didn't they?
Well, plus they have a police escort.
Okay, you had to spoil that part of it. Of course, they're going to get there. But think about how wide open things are now because this crowd didn't expect this.
No.
So they went back to the tailgate and said, let's go eat. This one isn't any fun for us.
Yeah, they took the drama out of this one pretty early on. So for the Redskins, they continue to roll as the win gets them to 12-2 on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, their slim playoff hopes are gone now as they fall to 5-9. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in them. Ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me, no conversation, ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking, no hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I can never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs stay by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
S-T-R-O.
Yeah. How many of y'all came to win? Oh, they asking my name, huh? You ready?
S-T-R-O. I ain't come to play with you. Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up. I can't spend the day with you. I'm out in my business. I ain't getting paid with you. My color bright. I ain't finna fade with you. Man, I gotta come clean like I made with you. I've been on my everybody drop when I drop. Look at shorty, she support, bruh. Lifting up, never not on my grind. New York City time, another brother better, you will never find. I've been in my bag like groceries. Competition shouldn't take shots, take notes, please. Reporting live from the winter side. Ready to try, keep a different vibe. Is you down the ride, never tired. You will never know, you ain't never tried. Work it out, hit the gym, hit the field. Hey yo, I need that. Big chips, man, I need that. Hustle hard, on the job, you can see that. On my head is real good, we don't need your what I do. Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Now what I do. Lace up the shoes, chase W's. Beats, leave it in the street, case on the news.
MVP the league most valuable, they sweet as apple juice. Talking trophies,